All right.
What happened in the second half?
Well, I would say that in the second half, we never really did get back to running the ball like we did in the first half. We didn't, and we took some bad plays on first down. I just don't think offensively we ever got anything going, and and that allowed them too many chances. And that's a group of athletes that they can make plays, and they sustained a couple drives, and then they had a big pass. I think Goodwin had 2 long plays in the game for touchdowns, and that was going to be something that was going to be hard for us to deal with. We couldn't give up big plays, and we gave up 2 big ones. And offensively, we had a hard time when we dropped back pass blocking the front, and so they gave us some fits doing that. It wasn't good to get in very many passing situations, and we got ourselves in too many in the second half.
Mike, was any thought given to
Tim, please talk in the microphone, and this is for Coach Riley.
Mike, was any thought given to swapping out with Sean in the fourth quarter when that feeding frenzy was going on?
Well, it's sometimes when there's a feeding frenzy, it's not a great deal for whoever, anybody quarterbacking at that time, and you know, it's unfortunate that we just didn't keep our balance going better than we did in the first half, and it seemed like I said, we just took too many bad plays on first down in a couple of series there that didn't allow us to play like we had been. You know, we were using some quick turn back protections that allowed us to get the ball out, and we get a couple completions, or we'd hit a screen pass, or you know, we might hit a bubble for a little bit, but as far as when we had to drop back and throw, it was all pretty hard tonight. And you know, one time we went in with a double extra protection, and they jumped into 2-man and got an interception on it. So, you know that those are the kinds of things that you know, that really hurt you.
Mike, why didn't you run the ball more in the second half? You rushed for 111 in the first half, and it seemed like you came out throwing in the third quarter. Most of your plays were passes in the third quarter.
Well, you know, some of them, Dwight, where a lot of our passing or running plays have a bubble pass mixed in with them. So we, you know, and the quarterback's not wrong. We just didn't block it. But we throw a bubble, and the guy makes a tackle for, a 3-yard loss, and now you're in a bad situation. And so we had 2 or 3 series like that. And when that happens to you, you have 2 or 3 series, you're well into the second half. And you know, I think we had a turnover, good field position touchdown, and that was really about it. We couldn't sustain much besides that.
If you have questions for the people on dais, they need to get their name first. Up there right now we have Storm Woods, Ryan Murphy, and Cody Voss.
For Cody and Mike, did you feel like the offensive line was just rattled the whole night? I mean, Cody, what were you talking to them about in the huddle? And Mike, what were you and Coach Cav talking about?
I don't think rattled. I mean, those guys are good players, and they gave us some trouble. And when we did try to just drop back pass, it became difficult, and that's why you know, Cody had to hang in there very, very tough, and he made some plays, and other plays we really didn't have time to develop, or he had to throw too soon. We had a couple major league plays to Marcus that I think would still be running right now, you know, but if he'd had a little more time, give Marcus a hair more time to get into the picture, but things just got tough that way.
Like Coach said, we knew coming in that they had great athletes, so I don't think they were rattled. It was just, you know, gotta tip their hat to them. They did good tonight.
Mike, fourth quarter early, you're ahead 27-17. They fail on the fake punt. You got the ball in their territory. You go in and score. I mean, how critical was that?
I thought that was huge, right in there, you know, and I don't remember our exact sequence right there, but it obviously wasn't good. We ended up punting almost from where we got the ball, and I thought that was a critical time in the game.
Cody, did you hurt your ankle early in the game, and did it hurt you the rest of the way?
Yes, I did, but it was fine. I was 100%. It's no excuse.
Mike, what about the end of the second quarter there? When time elapsed, it looked like you had a shot at a field goal. You had a timeout. What happened on the field goal?
Well, the word came down, and I think we were right. And even on our bench, the word came down. We got a first down, And I was amazed. So I didn't want to wait. I thought we might could get another play, and I didn't want to waste the timeout. We were going to spike it, take a shot, see how much time we had to do that, and then kick the field goal from there. And all I wanted them to do was at least be able to look at it upstairs and say, because I think they can review that and the spot of it. And I don't know why that wasn't at least measured.
Did you ask for a measurement?
Yes. And the guy told me later on, much later going in, that they had decided it wasn't that close. So that was too bad, because we at least had a shot at a field goal.
Mike, right after the UW game, you said immediately afterward that you regret that you didn't run the ball more. Did you feel that right away?
No, I probably will regret a lot of calls as we go through and evaluate this game. You know, that it's very obvious that's what was the difference in the second half. We didn't have the running game that we did early, and some of it, you know, they did a better job of, and some of it was, you know, we just didn't make the plays.
Ryan, from most of the game, it looked like you guys were the better team. Do you feel like you gave this one away?
I mean, I feel like that we played one half of football, and Texas just came out, you know, better than us the second half. Yes, I feel that we had this game, we had this team, but then again, it's on us players to keep each other in, to keep each other, you know, focused in on the task ahead.
Storm, did Texas do anything differently in the second half to kind of slow you down?
Not really. You know, only difference I seen was instead of the linebackers being against the line, they were sort of stacked. So one was in front of the other, giving a deeper linebacker time to read the flow of the play.
They did play a lot more man-to-man in the second half and snugged up pretty tight on everybody. When a couple times when we, a lot of that stuff we were doing was an alert play. And so when they were back in coverage and Storm would get those plays, they would go pretty good. But they ended up snugging it up pretty good and took some of that stuff away that we had tried to do. And then we've got to be able to hit the passes. And one time we throw quick and get sacked. I mean, so it was pretty rough sledding there for a minute. But that was probably the biggest difference for Storm in the second half on some of the runs that we were doing so well early.
Mike, you guys have struggled to stop running quarterbacks for the last few years. When Ash escaped that would-be Anthony Watkins sack, did you have flashbacks to the Stanford game when Hogan managed to slip out of Crichton's hands a couple times?
You know, those plays that are kind of in the balance, right? And you know, we made a lot of good plays. I thought defensively, I was really proud of our team. There was a ton of really, really good defense against a good team and a lot of good athletes. So, you know, and those are critical plays. And that's, you know, if our player does that, it's a great play. And obviously, if the other player does it, we would like to make the play. But you got to give, at some point, you know, we would like to say that the next time our guy will make that play and we can watch it, coach it, help him be in a little bit better position to make it. And, you know, and then you can also say, I thought that it's a great play by Ash. It was a really, really good football play.
Question in the back.
Storm, a couple questions. From your perspective, did you feel like you guys gave one away, and you know you had a game coming home that you probably dreamed of having, but how much did the result change your emotions?
Not taking away nothing from Texas. That was a great team, offensively and defensively. Like Ryan said, you know, the first half I felt like we played great sound football, and the second half I felt like Texas just made some adjustments and they came out and, you know, they just, I guess they wanted it more or something, you know, but yeah, that's it.
What do you think about the play of your ex-Pflugerville Panther teammate?
He had a pretty good game tonight. Hard, tough to block. I mean, he had a good game.
Coach, I was wondering, do you feel your defense got a little gas at the end of the game, or why did they give up those big plays near the end?
Well, again, it's football, you know, and so the ball goes up, and you know, the receiver did a nice job of bursting out out of his break and making the play, beautiful throw, and we're not in great position on the deep ball in the second half that ended up being the game changer. But you know, that we probably were on the field too much offensively. We didn't sustain enough, didn't get enough first downs to give our defense a chance. You know, you give the team like that with those athletes too many chances, that's what's going to happen to you. I mean, there was lots of good defense for a lot of that game by the Beavers. I thought guys made a lot of plays, but in the end, I think we had to play too much.
Storm, you guys are losing a few pretty important seniors, and Marcus Wheaton and Jordan Poyer have talked a lot about they want this program to take the next step. How big is it going to be to lose them, and you feel like the program's in good hands with all the young guys?
It's huge to lose them, you know. In the beginning of last year's offseason, those are the guys who sort of, you know, grabbed this team by the neck and they demanded nothing but hard work. But at the same time, you know, we have Brandon coming back, Cody, Ryan, myself, you know. While they were being leaders, they taught us how to be leaders. So we just got to follow in what they did and do the same thing.
Cody, how would you rate your performance tonight?
Not very good. I definitely feel like I left some plays out there, and you know, it sucks really. I don't feel good about the way I played tonight, but you know, it's in the past now, and this game will be good motivation for us this offseason.
Cody, can you describe Can you describe the start of the game? Those first couple of turnovers from your perspective. What happened on those?
They just made a good play on the first interception. Guy just read the screen and just jumped it. And the second one, I was throwing the ball deep to Brandon and got the ball batted out of my hand by D lineman, I think.
Coach Riley,
Pretty hard on himself. There was a lot of pressure on him tonight, and you know, he had to battle like crazy, and the team did too. And fortunately, we got some good balance from the running game for a long stretch of it. But that was, I think, the big deal. The screen pass early was, you know, they ran a stunt. Storm got mixed up in some bodies in there, so he wasn't clean, and really a guy fell right into the ball. And then, gosh, we had a great shot at a post route to Brandon, and the number 80 came underneath or came around the edge and just got a hand, I think, as Cody was letting the ball go. And you know, so we had to sustain the block a little longer. Maybe Storm could have got a little chip on the guy. I don't know how that looked, but those are the kind of mini differences that really hurt us.
Coach Riley, you said a few times this week that your team decided to get you here. When you look back on the whole of the season, what are you going to tell your team?
Oh, I think this was a great team, and in all senses of the word. You know, this group fought together hard. They came back, and you know, from a real rough year a year ago with just a great attitude, a great off season. Lots of fun to work with. It was a real team. I was really probably most proud of that. They got ready every week, and even this bowl time with them was awesome, because I think that they were really dedicated to winning this game. They enjoyed the experience, but they practiced hard. They were very attentive at the meetings. They did everything right, and they just came up a little bit short. And so, but that doesn't diminish anything about what this team accomplished this year to me. And, you know, we would love to have been the Alamo Bowl champions. We had a great chance to do that, but we didn't get that done. But this team did a great job for Oregon State.
Cody, the way you lost the game, did that make it hurt a little bit more?
Yeah, I think so. You know, it was a close game all the way to the end, and you know, it's definitely a game that we feel that we let slip away. We don't take anything away from Texas. They're, like Storm said, they're a really good team. But I think we definitely let this one slip out of our hands.
Cody, after your first start at BYU, you and Langsdorf both talked in the following week that you needed to throw the ball away a little more. Is that something that you two talked about tonight, you know, when you were on the phone with him? And were there times that you saw the sack coming and you thought, maybe I can get the ball out of my hand anyway?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a bang-bang thing when you're out there, and you know, that's something I got to work on, is throwing the ball away, but at the same time, you're trying to make plays too, so that's something I could definitely improve on.
Coach, do you feel like there's anything else you could have done with Alex Okafor on the edge,
more chips, or do you feel like he was just a force of nature?
Well, there's things you could do. The problem we got into late was having to be in a 2-minute drill, and it's hard to be able to attack a coverage and keep a bunch of guys in to help protect and still be able to get guys open. So you're always in a situation like that where yes, you need extra people, and at times early on we did that, and we're able to throw the ball a little bit and got some plays, but. As the thing wore on and we got into that mode where we had to move the ball, we had to be in a 2-minute mode, we had to get some people out. It's one of those things that you try to balance and adjust and even get some quick throws involved in that so the ball can come out a little quicker. But then you go, third and long, fourth and long, it makes it a little tough.
2 final questions.
For Mike and then Cody, can you talk about the job their secondary was able to do on Cooks and Wheaton?
I thought their secondary did a nice job, and they played smart, and they were aided tremendously by a great pass rush.
I agree with Coach. Like we knew that they were good athletes. I've said that, but I think, like Coach said, they were aided with some good pass rushes all night.
Thank you, Cody. Is there a final question? Thank you. All right.